Hi, I'm Dr. O.
And I'm Dr. Amy.
And today we're standing here with Stoney. And Stoney's a pretty calm horse.
Or at least he appears that way.
Yeah.
But you know what, Dr. O? Every time we come to this barn, Stoney is staring out of his window.
He's staring out of his window, so he's relaxed. He's comfortable.
He wears a cribbing collar. Did you know that? You can see the strap marks from it.
Right. And so even though he's not alert all the time,
he's not flighty.
He's not flighty, and he doesn't jump and run away. His sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system probably aren't functioning in harmony.
Isn't. Yes. Oh, you mean the two aren't functioning together?
Aren't functioning, right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Because they need to be balanced. Because they're the fight and flight. And if we are non-stressed, if we reduce the stress from our body, like on the weekends when we go to the lake and you kick back and
Who do you go to the lake with?
have a favorite beverage, you know, stress is non-existent. Okay. Then that your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems are in balance.
Oh. Well, yeah, but aren't they in balance even when you're running away from the wolf?
No, then everything is switched.
What is switched?
Now you're parasympathetic and is going and your flight is on alert.
Yeah, but when you're chilling by the lake, it's the other way around. So they're not imbalanced.
No.
They're just not doing anything.
Not doing anything, right.
So there's a difference.
That's correct.
I think when you're learning and you're focused and things are clicking, that's when everything's in balance.
Everything's in balance, right.
But it's really hard to be learning and focused and have everything moving along smoothly when you're running from the bear.
But there are no bears in Prosper, Texas.
Yeah, but he's watching for one out his window all day long.
Right, because he doesn't know that we don't have any bears. Your horse doesn't know that there aren't any wolves that live in your pasture.
Or New Year's.
Right, he doesn't know that. So what happens is we end up with these horses that their nervous system is on alert all the time. And we end up with what happens, the yellow on the chart is all normal.
The red on the chart, well, it's all normal. But the red on the chart is what happens when the yellow goes on for too long.
Too long. So when you're running from the bear.
Then normal stuff is have a fast heart rate and breathe really heavy and don't pee your pants.
And your blood sugar goes up. And the ability of insulin to work goes down.
Oh, you're not using insulin.
Not using any insulin.
You got to be able to run a quarter of a mile and then stop and look what was chasing you.
But if it sticks around for days on end, now all of a sudden
you have problems with your heart and your lungs and your respiration and you become acidic.
You have diabetes. You have insulin-resistant diabetes.
If you're a horse.
If you're a horse. So now, a lot of these things that these disease syndromes.
And then you start to have symptoms. You gain weight really easily.
Oh, so now you're a Cushing horse.
Or you lose weight and you can't gain it back really easily. Or you
grow a hair coat.
Runny diarrhea all the time.
Or
because you have an ulcer.
A thick, crusty neck. Okay. So these are all symptoms
of what started out as I'm running from the bear and I don't want to get eaten.
An abnormal stress response that didn't, or a normal stress response that has stayed around for too long.
Right.
We were unable. So these horses need to be able to relax.
So then what their brain learns is that they have to be in runaway mode.
All the time.
Yes.
And one of the things that can
they
cause
can't focus.
Runaway mode all the time.
And then they are jumping from one subject to another.
One of the things that can cause runaway mode all the time is pain.
Yes.
And a common source of pain in horses fed high carbohydrate diets is GI tract
irritation.
Right, or ulcer.
May not be an ulcer, but GI tract irritation. You know what? You can do this test by yourself at home.
Okay.
When you wake up in the morning, eat a piece of celery and wait for a few minutes to see how your stomach feels. And the next morning when you wake up, the first thing you should eat is something really sugary and donut-y, or, you know, a pile of whipped cream on pancakes. There you go. And wait around for a couple minutes and see how your stomach feels. And, I mean, just, you don't have to admit it to anybody else. But I think you'll probably find that your stomach feels a lot quieter and calmer with the celery.
With the all-natural foods. The foods that are...
arsenic is all natural, Dr. Al.
Right, but it's not natural for us to eat arsenic.
Sugar's all natural.
Not if it's refined in a donut.
Well, yeah, but, you know. I think the point is that if you eat raw vegetables, then your GI tract is going to be more buffered.
Buffered. So if I feed broccoli to my horse, it will buffer it?
Well, it will, but that's not really what he's set up to eat.
Oh, okay.
How about some hay?
Some hay, okay.
Like coastal hay or Bermuda hay or Timothy or orchard grass.
Some grass hay.
Grass hay.
Stay away from the legumes.
Yeah.
The alfalfas, the clovers, because they're higher in sugars.
Or the peanut hays. Stay away from those.
Because they're higher in sugars, and they also have a lot of compounds that affect the thyroid gland. Another thing that we can do, we can use some of the essential...
We can use some essential oils to help with that.
The stress response.
Lavender right here. And if you don't want to do it as an oil, they have a spray.
Spray.
This one, it's a cooling mist made especially for skin.
Okay. The other thing that helps right there, right by your hand, for metabolic disease,
Is some
metabolic support.
standard process metabolic support. And what this powder does, it goes right in their food, and it will help
Regulate
regulate and balance
glucose.
glucose protection and use it.
Another product that we can use to help calm the horse is some of the essential,
Not essential oils,
not
but
essential oils, the flower
flower
remnants.
essences.
Yes, flower
remedies
essences.
From
Equolite.
Equolite.
They have the mellow out,
And they
the
have
safe journey,
crises,
the
our
crises,
favorite.
our favorite, which is a combination of Rescue Remedy and Arnica in the same bottle.
Ever leave home without it.
Don't ever leave home without it. So, a lot of these disease symptoms, syndromes, and signs that we're seeing in these horses
Why
are
are you chewing his tongue so much?
are truly because he's trying to buffer his gut. He's trying.
He's a little nervous.
He's a little nervous. He's trying to buffer his gut. But remember that even though these horses can have sympathetic, parasympathetic imbalance, they can have a nervous system that's on constant flight. There are ways we can deal with these and help harmonize your horse's health